What's going on, gardeners? As I stand here in my vegetable garden, freezing my tail off, looking around at all of the different things I have to do to prepare my garden for the next growing season, it finally hit me. What am I doing all of this for? It's 2026, and gardening is so 20th century. We have systems in place that save us all of this time, money, and headache. And I've finally seen the light. That's why on today's video, I'm going to share with you 4 reasons why I'm not gardening in 2026. When you watch this video, I think you'll agree.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check out my Amazon store and Spreadshop links in the video description for everything I use in my garden and awesome custom apparel and gear.
Reason number 1 is that grocery stores have everything we need. I mean, what is the purpose of gardening when you get right down to it? It's mostly to grow food, right? Well, I don't know if you know this, but I recently discovered these places where if you walk inside and look around, there's lots of food. In fact, there's more food than you could ever dream of, more than you could ever do anything with. So I thought to myself, why am I going through all of this trouble and putting in all this work when someone else has already done all the work for me? So I decided to check out one of these grocery stores. I went inside to investigate, and this is what I found. These apples look nice. Product of Washington State, where they pick their apples in September and October. It's mid-January, so these are 3.5 to 4.5 months old. These tomatoes look good. They were grown in a greenhouse, picked green, stored in a deoxygenated room, and then artificially ripened with ethylene gas to turn red. I wonder if they'll have good flavor. I need some celery. Well, this looks good. Yeah, maybe I'll get this. There's something to be said about knowing where your food comes from, being able to go right outside in your backyard and pick something fresh right out of your garden. I mean, look at that head of broccoli right there. I know exactly where this head came from. You can't get any fresher than this. I mean, it's downright nostalgic, but you know what they say about nostalgia? Nostalgia isn't what it used to be. Reason number 2 why I am not growing a garden in 2026 is it's just too expensive. The costs of gardening are just more than I want to spend. The fact is, time is the most valuable thing we have. So what if the price we have to pay is grocery store fruit that's several months old, or vegetables that were never allowed to reach peak maturity and will never develop any flavor? It's a small price to pay to reclaim our time, I say. Plus, we're a perfectly healthy country. What do we need fresh fruits and vegetables for? You have to buy lumber to build your beds. You have to buy soil to fill them all. You have to buy seeds, or you have to buy plants. You need to buy fertilizers, and you need to irrigate. You need frost covers in winter. You need shade cloth in summer. And heaven help you if you want to grow vertically, you'll wind up building these insane trellises like you see right here. When I think of all the money I've spent on my vegetable garden, it makes me sick. That's why from now on, I'm going to the place where the real bargains are, the grocery store. Oh wow, persimmons are almost $2 a piece now. Well, I guess that's just the price you pay. Just like money, they say it doesn't grow on trees. Well, it's not like that there's a tree that grows that just gives you hundreds of persimmons for almost no money at all once you get it established. So I guess I'll just buy some here. Wow, peppers are up to $1 each on sale? Well, if it has a red tag next to it, it must be a good deal. I mean, it's not like I could just go to a store and buy a packet full of pepper seed for about the same price and then throw them on the ground and they'll just grow into some kind of magic green stalk that will produce peppers for me. Now look, I know what some of you diehards may be saying. Building a garden is mostly an upfront cost. Yes, it takes money to build all the beds and fill them with soil, so there is an initial investment, but that's what investing is. It costs money up front, but then every single year it gets less and less until several years down the road you're spending little to no money on your garden and it becomes mostly self-sufficient, whereas grocery prices increase over time. So if you're buying all of your groceries and relying on this system, you're going to spend more and more money over time. So what looks like an initial savings actually costs you way more in the long run. And to that I say, isn't that a little elitist? I think it is very unfair that you expect me to try and invest for my own future. I mean, there are things I want right now, vacations I want to take, dinners I want to buy, and you won't believe how much money I spend on hair care products. Like this hat. I mean, just look at me. Can you really expect me to take care of myself? I really need someone else to do that for me. Reason number 3 why I'm not gardening in 2026 is I'm just too busy. I work my tail off. I work a full-time job. I have a family to take care of. I have bills to pay. I have chores around the house. I wake up early. I go to bed late. And from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm running around non-stop, never taking any breaks for myself. Daddy's busy, Dale. Now, I know some of you diehards are going to come in and rain on my parade again. You're going to say things like, while gardening takes time, it also saves you time. For example, gardening is a great form of exercise. If you want to get a lot of slow-moving, not ultra-strenuous activity in that's really good for stretching and burning calories, well, gardening is a great way to do that. It's also a great way to get vitamin D for your health and fresh air. Gardening is also a great way to spend time with your kids and have more togetherness because it's good exercise for them, it's good vitamin D for them, it gets them off of social media and doom scrolling on their phone, so it's good for their mental health, and they'll also learn where food comes from and have a better connection to nature, which is just how we are naturally ingrained. It's just so good for us mentally and physically. You may even say gardening will save you time on your errands because you'll have to go to a lot less grocery stores to get what you need. So while it does take time, you actually wind up saving time, and it kind of winds up being a wash in the long run, and you'll get so many health benefits. And to that I say, you know I couldn't let Mr. Goodboy miss out. Just one chip, chip, chip for Dale. Just one. And reason number 4 why I am not gardening in 2026 is I'm just too impatient. Everything takes too long with gardening. When you plant seeds, it takes 1 to 2 weeks for them to germinate. Then you have to wait another 5 to 6 weeks for those seedlings to turn into viable transplants and put out in your garden. Then you need to wait another 2 months or longer for those transplants to be mature enough for harvest. I am addicted to constant hits of dopamine. I'm into streaming services, social media. I need everything now, and I just don't have the attention span for this. It's just so much more gratifying to walk into a grocery store, grab everything I need, and get out. Once again, those die-hard gardeners are going to come in with some kind of old-timey mumbo-jumbo wisdom about patience and attention spans and delayed gratification. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention, but they were saying something about how our modern lifestyle is killing us mentally and physically because we just want everything now, and we need to learn how to exercise more patience, try to lengthen our attention span, and also this thing about delayed gratification. I think that's where you turn down something that's immediately satisfying, and then you invest for something greater in the future. And then when you're finally able to attain that greater thing down the road, you feel this sense of positive pride because you actually earned the thing and you waited with patience. And that makes it so much better than that immediate dopamine hit, because instead of feeling happy and then feeling sad shortly after, you're actually proud of yourself and satisfied, and that feeling sticks around longer. I don't know, like I said, I wasn't really paying attention. Obviously, this video was an exercise in sarcasm and bad jokes, but the power of sarcasm can be used for good. My whole point in making this video is the primary benefit of gardening nowadays is not actually growing food itself. That's like a second level benefit. There was a time generations ago where people had to have gardens because we didn't have this intricate network of grocery stores that were well stocked and we could just go to and conveniently get everything we needed. So we had to grow food. Nowadays, we don't have to grow food anymore, and while it's really nice to have fresh food in our backyard, it is not an actual necessity. The reason why I garden is for all of the side benefits. It's for the vitamin D, it's for the fresh air, it's for the exercise, it's for the investments, all of the skills that I've learned, the knowing that I graded all this land, I built all of these beds, I filled them all with soil, I started all these plants by seed. All of this life around me exists because I put in the initiative to help facilitate it all. It all exists because I put in the work, and that is where the real benefit is. I say so many times in my videos, gardening is about more than growing food. It's about growing humans. It's about the interconnected nature of us and how we fit in on this pale blue dot floating around in the solar system that's just a speck in the universe that no one could ever see. It's a way to give yourself meaning. It's a way to give your life meaning. It's a way to share things with others. It's a way to take your abundance and share it with family, friends, neighbors, to get your kids involved, to develop new friends with common interests. It's everything. So if you think gardening is all about getting that harvest, think again. Gardening has taught me so much more. Gardening has taught me the power of delayed gratification, passing over that initial thing that has already been done for me and then putting in the work and watching it grow from the ground up until it flourishes into something so much larger in the end, and knowing you stuck with it and you were patient. That gives you something beyond happiness. That gives you satisfaction, which is the most important thing. Gardening has taught me that life is miraculous. The simple act of me planting a seed creates an entire life out of nowhere, and then that life form exists on sunlight and water, and it just grows and grows and gives back to me and my family by producing an abundance of harvest. It's this shared give and take symbiotic relationship between humans and plants and nature, and it's just an amazing thing, and it gives you a whole different outlook on existence. Gardening has taught me so many skills, like building and woodworking. When I first bought this property, I didn't have a basic tool set, and now I've built everything you see around me. All the posts I set, all the garden beds, this roof over my garden, all of that I put together with my own two hands. I just figured it out, and I've developed all of these skills that I never thought I would have. Gardening has saved me so much money. Yes, my garden did cost me money up front. I did have to buy all the lumber and the screws and the soil and the fertilizers and the tools and things like that. But after that, it decreases exponentially beyond that initial investment. And now I don't really have to buy much but fresh seed every year and some fertilizers I get on clearance during the fall when I stock up for the next season. And as a result, I basically buy no produce anymore in the grocery store, just some necessities like onions and things like that if I run out, or maybe if I want to make a specific recipe. But other than meat, eggs, and dairy, I really don't buy all that much. It's cut my grocery bills in half. So over time, I've actually wound up saving money, and it's only going to save me more and more in the long run. Gardening has taught me the power of self-investment and self-worth. Gardening isn't about investing in the garden. It's about investing in yourself. All of this you're doing for you and your family and your own growth. So everything I've built around me, while the garden is growing, I am growing with it. Gardening grows people. Gardening has literally cured my seasonal depression. I had terrible seasonal depression when I lived in Pennsylvania throughout the winters, and now it's basically completely gone. And the more time I spend in my garden, the less it affects me, to the point where I don't really even think about it much anymore. Gardening has made me appreciate others. Now that I have a healthy respect on where food comes from, I have such an appreciation for the other people that have done so much that keep society running. Our farmers, our truckers, our grocery store workers, our energy producers, everybody in between that make the system work. We often gloss over these jobs, but they are the most critical jobs in society, and we all have them to thank for why we have the luxury of getting up every single day, getting in our cars, driving on roads that are built and cleared for us, and eating food that was prepared for us by somebody else's hard work. So all of those things are things that we need to be thankful for and grateful for. And most of all, gardening has put me on a path of never-ending learning. I graduated college going on almost 20 years ago. It's hard to believe, but just because I'm not taking classes anymore doesn't mean that I'm not learning. The thing I love about gardening is every year is different. Every year I make mistakes, and I try to build upon those mistakes for a stronger foundation, and I don't make them later. It teaches me so much, and it's a non-stop path to learning. There's always a better way to do things if we are honest with ourselves. So that keeps us mentally engaged, and it keeps us progressing throughout life, like we're always becoming better. And that's just one of the greatest feelings of all. progress. If this video sounds preachy, like I'm getting up on my soapbox, that is not my intention with this video. I apologize if it sounds that way. It's genuinely not. My goal with this video is to do nothing more than motivate you. At the time I'm filming this video, it is January 19th, and this time of year is often the make or break time for people when they decide if they're going to grow a garden for the year. And I want this to serve as nothing more than motivation. I know the hard way. This is the toughest part of the year for so many of us. There's no holidays on the calendar. Many of us have burnt our vacation time over the holidays, and it's the coldest, cloudiest, dreariest time of the year, and we can fall into a funk. I used to get like that every single year. But the truth is, now is the time where we plant our flag and we decide, I'm going to grow an awesome garden this year, and I'm going to start preparing now. And just getting yourself in that mindset will motivate you so much. It will pull you out of that funk. Start looking for seeds. Start ordering seeds. Order some fertilizers. Get some lumber to build new raised beds, or buy some metal raised beds if you want, and just start assembling them. Get a load of compost from a local landscaping supply company and start topping off your raised garden beds if they sunk over the years. All of these little things you can do without actively growing things in your garden, just to get you outside in the fresh air and put you in that mindset so you have something great to look forward to. I'm telling you, I know it feels tough right now, but before we know it, spring will be here. So everybody, I hope you found this video helpful, entertaining, and of course motivating. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and please ring the notification bell so you're notified when I release more videos like these. For all of my favorite things that I use most often in my garden, especially during the winter, I'll place direct links down in the video description that will help get you going to kick off your garden for the new year. For everything else I use in my garden and yard in real life, that is all linked in my Amazon storefront. So expand the video description, click on the Amazon storefront link, and you'll see everything I use in real life in my yard and garden. And while you're down there, check out my website, themillennialgardener.com, for custom homemade design merch if you want to support my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you again on the next video. Oh boy, we have a special Christmas breakfast. I made muffins that are basically 4 eggs with a little bit of corn flour and some pumpkin that we can all share. So we have the corn flour muffins with some Greek yogurt and some frozen fruit that I heated up in the oven. 2 cappuccinos for the humans, but Dale is going to get his own special corn cake. Okay, Dale, there are a lot more special treats where this is coming from today. So you let us know how you love it, or how you like it. Well, I know he's gonna love it. Ah, Dale figured out how to get to the muffin. I chopped it up into small pieces, and I think he loves the little corn cake. Merry Christmas, Dale. In a moment, we're gonna have to do presents.